And actually the coverage of this is reminding me a whole lot of Estee Lauder's Double Wear. Hey everybody, it's Kyle from Love Always Makeup, and today I'm bringing you a demo first impression video on a 7-piece essential set by Tarte Cosmetics that I purchased at QVC.com. All of the pricing and purchase information will be down below in the description box, so make sure you check that out. The set that I'm talking about is this right here. So the first product you see right here is a 1/2 ounce foundation. It's called Foundcealer, and according to Tarte, this is supposed to be a foundation and a concealer in one. This is a brand new product to Tarte's line, and obviously you're not supposed to use anything else, no concealer, no cover-up. It's supposed to help you skip a step and get ready faster, so I'm excited to try that out with you guys for the first time and see how well it actually performs. Next to that is their full-size foundation brush in this set. A double-ended eyeshadow brush. One end has the blending brush and the other end has the flat side. Double-ended brushes aren't my favorite, but for some people it's going to be a bonus because it's going to take up less space. And if the brush is a good quality brush, I don't mind it being a double-ended brush because I'll still use it anyways and I'll figure out a way to store it. Next to that is the star of the show, which is the Eye and Cheek palette, and we'll get into the swatches and what that looks like in just a minute. After that is the full-size Tarte Gifted Mascara, and I have heard amazing things about this mascara. I've always wanted to purchase this, but every time I go to Sephora, it's completely sold out. This is a limited edition one because it has a special packaging to match the rest of the set. And finally, we have a LipSurgence in Exquisite, which is pretty much like a lip gloss, but I've heard this one's pretty pigmented, so I'm also excited to see how that performs. So let's get into swatches, and then we'll get this naked face with some makeup on it. And this is the LipSurgence in Exquisite, which is a nice rosy mauve shade. Next to that is an exclusive to this set, a peach tone blush in Talented. And we're going to get into the shadows. The first side is Paint the Brown, which is a nice deep brown color that you could use as a liner or to deepen up the outer V. This is a matte. Next to that is Thistle Be the Day, which is a beautiful crease color. And after that is Out of This Pearl, which is a nice shimmer champagne shade. Below that, on the other side, we have Dreams Plum True, which is a nice matte eggplant shade. After that, we have Taupe for the Best, which is another shimmer shade. And the last shade I know is kind of hard to see on my skin, but it's called Pink Beyond, which is a nice pale pastel pink. And I'm definitely going to demo this in the look to see how well it performs. So there's the swatches. So the shade that I picked up in the Foundcealer is light medium, and it is a 1/2 ounce bottle, which is going to last quite some time. An average foundation bottle is a full ounce. So this is about half the size of a full-size bottle, and everything else in this kit is full size. So I'm going to go ahead and shake this up just to get the foundation ready. And again, I have nothing on my face but a little bit of moisturizer because I want to see how well the foundation is going to perform without any primer or anything else like that. This is the foundation brush that comes with the set. It's full size, it's extremely soft, it has a nice angle to the top, and I'm excited to see how it's going to perform on placing the foundation onto the skin and how it's going to feel on the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the foundation that we drew up in our little bottle onto my hand. So as you can see, I really don't have like any acne or anything like that, but I do have quite a few things that I would like to cover. that I would normally use concealer for, and that is a whole lot of redness on my face, as well as some very dark purple veins that I have underneath my eyes, as well as behind my eyes, that I would always need concealer for. So this is going to be a good test to see if this product will cover everything or we will need to go back in with some concealer. Let's do it. So automatically I can see that it's covering this redness extremely well. This brush feels like heaven on the face. The foundation definitely has a scent to it. I can't quite put my finger on what exactly it smells like, but it definitely has a scent to it. So if you're it's not like a flowery fragrance scent or anything like that, but if you're very sensitive to scent, this might be a foundation that you might want to skip. But once I'm putting it down onto my face, I don't smell it anymore. I just smell it on the brush when it's around my nose area. I'm really liking how this brush is applying the foundation to the face. It seems to be applying the product and buffing it out well. And actually the coverage of this is reminding me a whole lot of Estee Lauder's Double Wear. It almost smells like it too. Maybe that's the scent that I'm thinking.
But as you can see, it's doing a really great job of not only covering, but concealing. So I'm just going to take what's left on the back of my hand, and because this brush is so large, I'm just going to take what's left and just use that to dab the kind of hard to reach areas. Just so you can really see the coverage and the ability.
So that's the finished face with the Foundcealer. Zoom in so you can see a little bit better. It's a very dewy foundation, and I definitely don't feel the need to add a concealer on top of it. It is definitely a full coverage foundation. It does feel a little bit tacky. I don't know that if you gave it some more time that would dry up. But every single foundation that I ever wear, I always set with the Nars translucent setting powder. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with this just to see if we can tone down the dewiness a little bit or what will happen. Okay, so I've set the foundation with the Nars translucent powder, and it's definitely taken away any type of tackiness or anything like that. I think now the skin has a nice healthy glow, but it doesn't look greasy or overly dewy. I think it just makes the skin look very healthy and natural, which Tarte products are definitely known for. And I'm going to use the same brush we used for the foundation to apply the blush in the palette called Talented onto the cheeks. And it's pretty pigmented, but it's blending out really nicely with this brush.
A kit like this is a great gift to send someone who may be just starting out in makeup, or maybe this would be their first high-end makeup set, or just a gift to a loved one, because you know, something like this, they're not going to have to go out and purchase all this other stuff or need other things to use it. That's why I believe they called it the 7-piece essentials kit, because it literally has everything you need to get started.
The next thing I'm going to do is just take our double-ended eyeshadow brush and dip it into this Out of This Pearl color, which is a nice shimmery champagne color on the blending side, and I'm going to use that as a highlight on our cheekbones. And this again is very pigmented, so just a little bit goes a long way, and that's going to create a nice natural looking radiance and highlight on the skin, right on the cheekbones.
Just a tiny bit on the cupid's bow, tiny little bit on the nose. Again, we just want to keep this very natural. And then on the other side, color. And then I'm just going to blend the two of those in together so there's no harsh lines. Just going over that with our blush brush again. And next I'm going to take this Tarte primer, which this did not come with the kit. I picked this up along the way as a perk or with purchase type of thing, but I just wanted to keep this with the Tarte products.
So when I was listening to the QVC special about this set, they were talking about the benefits of the Amazonian clay in these eyeshadows and the fact that whether you have oily lids or dry lids, that these shadows are going to compensate for that and give you the best look possible. So on the blending end of the brush, I'm going to take this shade right here, this crease color, and this will be the day. And I'm going to pop that right into the crease. This brush feels heavenly. And again, I'm just going for a nice, light, neutral look, nothing too serious or dramatic. I just want to give a tiny bit of definition to each eye. I'm going to do the same thing on this other side here. Okay, so I'm just going to take the flat end now, and I'm going to take that same exact color and just place a little bit of that underneath the eye to, again, just give a little bit of definition on each side. So the last shade I'm going to put on my lids is this one right here on the purple side. On the flat end of our brush, I'm going to pick up Pink Beyond and place that all over the lid. Ooh, and it is doing a really nice job. It's nice and pigmented. You can definitely see the nice pale pastel pink there. I didn't have to put a whole lot on my brush and it covered the whole lid. And you can definitely build that up to really, really get that pinkish purple out of it. It's almost like a light lavender, like a very, very pale lavender to a very, very pale pastel pink, depending on how you build up the coverage, but it definitely builds up very nicely. You could shear it out or keep building.
This gifted mascara is probably what I've been most excited to try out besides the foundation because I've heard such great things. And here's the wand. It's just your average brush type of wand, not the plastic bristles or silicone or anything like that. I'm just going to do a little bit below, again, to see how it does, if it's going to smudge out.
Okay, so now you can definitely see this is the one eye with the Tarte Gifted mascara, and this eye is without. Major difference. Very impressive mascara. So last but not least, we're going to try on the Tarte LipSurgence and Exquisite. Oh, this feels like a lip conditioner. Really nice and smooth and pigmented. You can see down here is the actual color, and up here is my natural color of my lips. Just going to do a little bit more on the top. Feels really smooth on the lips. It's not an extremely tacky lip gloss like the MAC lip glosses are, but it's definitely a little bit thicker feeling because of the pigmentation, but it feels very nice and smooth and not like thick and sticky. Okay, so here's our finished look with the eyeshadow, the blush, highlight, the LipSurgence, and I have to say everything came together beautifully. Everything coordinates really well. I love the mascara. Honestly, the only negative I have to say is if you don't like a dewy foundation, you might want to skip this one, just because even after using a translucent setting powder, you still get a little bit of that dewiness, healthy, glowing skin coming through. Definitely not something that's going to be completely matte. If you use another mattifying product, you might be able to tone it down even more, but it's just an FYI on personal preference of what you like. But even though I don't normally like a dewy foundation, I really like the way that this turned out. I feel like I look really healthy and beautiful and radiant. And even though that foundation isn't something I would normally go and buy and pick out at Sephora, now that I've tried it on my skin and with the other products, I think it works beautifully. Please don't forget to subscribe so we can hang out again soon. And until next time, bye. What do you think of the earrings? Are they too Paris? And cut. Oh, crap.